Hello friends, welcome and welcome back to my channel. This is Tiffany from Chronicle. I hope you are having a wonderful day and thank you so much for joining me today. So before I dive into the plan with me video, I wanted to take a minute to say a huge thank you to everyone who has stopped by my website on the pre-sale day one, on the first day of the pre-sale, or even place an order with me. I'm just super overwhelmed in a good way. I will try my best to make this planner as perfect as possible. Yeah, just a huge thank you to everybody, and I am really grateful for all your support, or your kindness, or your sweet messages and comments. And yeah, okay, so in today's video we are going to take a look of how I will be planning in the 2026. I'm so sorry, my daughter is playing just right next to me. In the 2026 Chronicle planner. So we have the A5 size, and we also have the Traveler's Notebook standard size for the sample. I did a little bit on both planners, but I plan more in the Traveler's Notebook standard size just because this is my go-to. That is why. But I am going to show you how I will be planning in those two planners. So first, let's go through the Traveler's Notebook standard size, and this is how it looks like in the Traveler's Notebook standard size cover. It looks like this. I show a little bit in my previous video as well. There's no overhang, but I am sure as the time goes, if you put like stickers or vellum papers or tip ends in your planner will get chunkier and chunkier, and it might will have a little overhang, but that doesn't really bother me. I don't really care a little bit of overhang. So yeah, here is what it looks like. So when you open the planner, it looks like this. Unfortunately, the brown is not included in this lineup just because we found another interesting fabric that I really wanted to try, the mushroom one. So I've decided to put this brown leather cover for the undated. And if you have purchased from me in 2025, you know that our 2025 undated Chronicle notebook actually has a brown cover. So I decided that the brown cover will only be available in the undated planner, but for the dated planner we'll use the linen, charcoal, and the mushroom. So yeah, so this is the Traveler's Notebook standard size. You open it up, you have the year on 2 pages. I've done the walkthrough and flip through in my previous video, so I will link it right here in the corner. Feel free to check it out. So here is the quarter page, and after that is the mini perpetual calendar, and then the start of the monthly preview on 2 pages, month on 2 pages. This is where you can plan. And after that is the week on 2 pages, and after that you will have 6 grid pages as your daily. And after that it goes back to the weekly, and it goes on and on until the end of the planner. And in the back there will be 29 grid pages, and after the 29 grid pages you will have the spacing guide, contact list, and personal information and emergency contact. So that is the basic layout. So now let's dive in. So first, let's share how I will be using in the quarterly pages. So actually I have ordered other samples from other manufacturer, but they just really did a very they did a very crappy job, so I didn't use that manufacturer. I stick with the one that made our 2025 Chronicle notebook. They're super professional, so I am sticking with them. Anyway, so here is the I know, just because they didn't print the first, they skipped the first page, so the whole orders in my samples are off. So what you receive, it will look like this. The goal breakdown page is on the left, and then the tracker on the right. And here is just a sample of how I will be using it. First, you could use it as your goal tracker. So within quarter one, I would like to read 12 books. I would like to focus on my exercise, and I also want to improve my drawing skills. So those are the three goals that I would like to pay attention in quarter one. So I jot them down and then jot down basic breakdown here. And here again, repeat the goals. And here is a more detailed breakdown for each goals. To read 12 books, which means you need to read 4 books per month. So how to do it? Maybe you need to join a book club. Maybe you find a reading partner. Maybe you write feedback or reading journals, reviews consistently. Maybe you open a blog for your reading or things like that, create a reading journal. So here is the breakdown for you to how to encourage yourself to achieve this goal. Same thing for the exercise and drawing. For the exercise, maybe I need to build a routine, turn it into a habit. And we have a goal that's Monday and Wednesday. We need to walk, I need to walk 10,000 steps per day. And on Tuesday, we do a morning run for 2 kilometers. So things like that, here's your breakdown, and same thing for the drawing. And to keep track of all these breakdowns, all these goals, you can keep track your steps on the right, which is the quarterly tracker. And for the reading, for example, you want to read before you go to bed every single night. So here is your reading tracker. And then for exercise, 10,000 steps. And then here, you know that you're going to do it on Monday and Wednesday. So Monday and Wednesday, each day we walk 10,000 steps. And then 2 kilometers run, that happens on a Thursday. So here is your Thursday tracker. And for lower body training, so here is your lower body training. So this is just an example. So the reason why I put these 2 pages together is to encourage you to keep track of your habit, your goals every single day. And personally, for myself, if I see a check mark from yesterday, I am more encouraged to do the same thing, or I will try harder to do the same today. So yeah, I just feel like you have your breakdown here. You know exactly what you need to do, and you can transfer all this to do, all this goal, all this breakdown onto this tracker, and you know exactly how you do within quarter one. So this is one example. That example that you use it as your goal tracker. So we also have another example. Because one of my followers on Instagram, she actually is going to use this quarterly tracker section as her vacation planner, if I remember it right. So here is the example. For example, you're going to Japan from the end of April until mid-May. So you just cross them out, all the dates. And you have 3 different grid boxes here in the middle section. The first one is budget, recommendation, and others. On the budget, you need to know how many people are going, how much you're paying for the ticket, how much you're paying for the hotel, for food, and for tickets to like museums or shops and things like that, and then random expenses. And recommendation could be restaurants, stationery shops, again, museums or playlands and things like that. And others could be your packing list or what you need to bring with you on the plane. So again, you transfer all these 3 big categories onto the bottom section. And air ticket, for example, is 1,400 Canadian per person. So total is 5,600 Canadian. And hotel, you're living in Disneyland or something. And how much is that? And then the train ticket, transit, and it comes to total 12,000 Canadian dollar. I've never been to Japan. I don't know if, I'm sure this is incorrect, so please don't quote me. Here is just an example. So again, here on the second section is the recommendation. Here is the list of the stationery shops that you are going to visit, or restaurants that you are going to try, or the Ghibli Museum. You know, just jot it down here. And then others is what you need to bring with you when you're on the airplane. Bring Switch for my son because he loves playing games, small pillows for both kids, or extra blanket, you know, things like that. So when you pack your luggage, and you can take a look of your planner, you know exactly what you need to pack. And here on the right is where you can actually plan things in detail. So you are leaving on April 27, so you need to buy the ticket. I'm sure it's like month ahead, but here, for example, you buy the ticket on April 2nd, and then you spend a week on packing. The last weekend before your flight, you need to buy some essentials like snacks and things like that. And this is the day that you leave Canada and you go to Tokyo, you visit Nagoya, Kyoto, Osaka, and then back to Tokyo, and then leave Japan. So you can actually have a breakdown of your schedule. On the bottom, you can put like your tickets, receipts, whatever you collect together during the trip. You can staple them or glue them on the bottom. Here is your vacation plan. I think that is a very good idea. So I wanted to show you guys, this is another way that you can use this quarterly section. It is not just a goal tracker, it's also, you can use it for many other purposes. So that is that. And after the quarterly section, just bring you back to this one, is your mini calendar. Okay, I'm back. I'm so sorry. My daughter just keep interrupting me. Anyway, so here is the mini perpetual calendar on 2 pages. And you can use this calendar to keep track of the vacation, holiday, your vacation days, or sick days and things like that. So we have, like, for example, here is public holiday, New Year's, Good Fridays, and because I'm based in Canada, we have Canada Day. Or you can use this section to track your mood. You can use different dots to represent your mood here, or you can use this section to check your cycles and things like that, or you can check your income and expenses. So if you have, like, for example, a weekly income, here is like spending. On the first day of March, you spend 1,000 on the mortgage, and your income of the week is 750. The next week is 732, and the next week is 538, for example, and you spend 225 on grocery. So here could be your income and expenses checker as well. For me, because I have 2 kids and they're going to school starting in September, so I'll be using this mini calendar on 2 pages to track the vacations, public holidays, and their sick days. Just because when there is a public holiday, I don't need to send them to school, and I don't want to accidentally drop them off at school and realize there's no one going to school. So yeah, so this is how I'll be using these 2 pages. But again, you can use this 2 pages to track anything you want. So after this mini calendar is the start of your monthly plan. Here is where you will plan your daily life in depth. So to start with the month, you will have a greets page on the left, and I have this similarly out in our 2025 Chronicle notebooks already. So they always look like this. This is the August, and I'm already using one of our dashboard stickers. This will be released this Friday. I'm not sure when I'm going to upload this video, but July 18. So yeah, it's called Sleepy Bunnies. Anyway, so this is the dashboard stickers. And actually, we also have a listing for the sticker bundle. So in the deco sticker bundle, you will have 12 dashboard stickers that look not exactly like this one, but it works like this one. And of course, there are 3 sizes available. So that is that. And then for the functional sticker bundle is the day stickers for the whole year. I know this planner is a dated planner, but on the grid pages, they're not dated. That's why I think a date sticker bundle is very essential still, along with the planner. So that is the 2 sticker bundles. So here we have an example of the August stationery kit. This is a sticker from the August kit. So this is what it looks like. This is on the left and this is on the right. This sort of 1 line a day kind of format. I really love this format because sometimes at the beginning of the day or at the end of the day before I go to sleep, I would like to take like literally 1 minute to jot down a line of the things I'm grateful for. For example, here we have, I'm grateful for all the support that I received. I'm grateful for I started the day with a warm drink. I'm grateful for we have a house and full of laughters, you know, and things like that. And at the end of the month, you can sit down and look at it, and you know, there's so many things that you're grateful for every single day. I think that is a good way to do sort of like a reflection. And yeah, so I'm going to use that as my gratitude journal. You don't have to use it as your gratitude journal. You can use it again to jot down the appointment. For example, here's your dentist appointment, here's your office tour, and here is Eva's birthday party. And if you don't have anything coming up in the next couple of days, you can use those empty rows to jot down like more details. For example, the office tour. Before we visit the office, we need to contact the agent at this phone number. We need to bring paperwork, we need to bring IDs and things like that. So we can jot it down over here. Or again, you can use this section as your exercise checker, your reading journals and things like that. Fast work, 25,000 steps, or you train lower body for 30 minutes. Again, it is a very constructive layout, but there's no limit. There's so many possibilities. You can use this layout in many different ways. And on the bottom, we have these script boxes. Here is the month on 2 pages. I am more like a weekly girl. So on the month on 2 pages, I usually keep it very simple. I only jot down like important events, tasks, appointments, and things like that. I will try to keep this page as clean as it can be because I want to be able to open my planner, and I know that these things are very important and I need to get them done. So yeah, I usually will just basically keep it like this. I would decorate it with some washi tapes and stickers from my kit. Pretty much just like this, very minimal, not overly crowded over here. So after the month on 2 pages, we have the week on 2 pages. So here is one way that you can use your week on 2 pages. We have 8 boxes on the top. So let me just show you an empty page. Yep, right here. It's not so empty with the stickers, but you know, you got the idea. So on the top, we have 8 boxes. Here is the week's number, and then Monday to Sunday. And then on the left hand side, we have the weekly planning section from Monday to Sunday. And then on the right, we have a checker, and we have 4 large boxes. So how do we use it? There's endless way that you can use it. So under the week's number, you can use it to jot down like any holidays or things like that, because this is week 1. So this is the New Year's week. I just jot down Happy New Year and doodle a little bit. But you can also use it as your reading checker, read chapter 1 to 2, or you can use it as your exercise checker, steps 10,000, or you can use it as your weather checker. You can draw a sun, or you can draw clouds, represent a cloudy day or rainy day and things like that. You can also use it as your mood tracker, happy face, neutral face, and a sad face. Or you can use it to jot down your appointments, things to do, anything that you need to do at a certain time. For example, you book a table for dim sum at 11 a.m. So you don't want to miss that, right? So here is your to-do, or you can use it as your expenses checker. For example, I spent $75 on a planner. And then on the planning section, what I will be using is on the left, I will be jotting down work to do, and then on the right is my personal to do. But of course, you don't have to use it this way. You can combine everything all together, your work to do and personal to do together. You can use the right-hand side as your meal planning, breakfast, lunch, dinner. You can use it as your extension to do. You can use it as your, again, exercise checker, reading journals, appointments, anything. You can mix with the combination from the top, and you just play around it until you find the way that you feel comfortable. So here is your planning style or planning system. So on the right is the tracker, and I'm using the Alastair method from Bullet Journal. It's working for me. I was using the Alastair method years ago, and it was really, really good. So I want to apply that in here in this section. For example, I need to update my website on the 31st because the beginning of every month, there will be a new subscription available for everybody. So a day before that, I need to update the website, update the listing, and that lands on a Wednesday. March Kids pre-order start, that lands on a Thursday. And then dim sum, that is Saturday. Dentist appointment, that is Thursday. So from this checker, I know exactly what I need to do, what are the main tasks within this week, mostly are time sensitive, and then I can cross it as I go. So if I make a phone call, make an appointment within this week, and I look at this tracker, if I know that, for example, Thursday, I'll be very busy because there are a lot of dots on Thursday, then I know that maybe I need to make an appointment on a Monday because I only have 2 dots on Monday, and Monday will be more chill. So it's just more clear way for you to know how busy you are every single day. Or of course, you can use it as a regular checker. Drink 8 bottles of water. Check, 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 check. No span. Check, 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 check. So yeah, it's really, really just, you have the system here. You have the layout over here. But the way that you use it, it could be endless. I really, really love that. And then on the bottom, there are 4 large boxes. Here, I'm just using urgent, important, less important, and get rid of. Under the urgent section, I'm going to jot down appointment, tasks that are time sensitive, like you have to be there at 4 p.m., at 8 a.m., 11:30. So I will jot them down over here. Important are the things that you need to do within this week, but you could do it on either Tuesday or Friday, like call the office, call the bank, or finish the designing. Things are important, but not time sensitive. And then here is less important. Less important are the things that either you can do it this week or next week. Let's say deep clean kitchen. You did it this week, but you just don't have the time and energy to deep clean the bathroom as well. So I transfer this task onto next week. So get rid of is something that you cancel. For example, if we cancel the dentist appointment and you reschedule it, you can use this area to jot down further information. So here is how I'll be using it, just something to cancel and reschedule. So this is basically how I'll be using this week on 2 pages. But again, the layout is super constructive and very functional, but you can use it in so many different ways until you find your planning system. So that is the week on 2 pages. And then after that is the grid pages. You have 6 grid pages between the weekly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I also went ahead and decorated a little bit to just show you how I will be using the decoration stickers in the daily. If you think the 6 pages is too many, you can always find a way to fill out those pages. So for example, here I just did some washi tape swatches. You can also do the ink swatches. You can doodle. You can print out photos that you take during the week and make a photo wall. I think that is a very good idea because I personally love to use the grid pages in the back as my memory keeper. So, or you can use some pages as your mind mapping for next week, or note pages and things like that. There are so many ways that you can use this 6 pages. So even then you couldn't finish them, it's okay to have empty pages, or you can put like stickers on it, you can put vellum papers on it, anything. So that is the 6 pages, and then you go to next week until the end of the year. So this is the basic layout of the Traveler's Notebook and how I will be using it. I know everybody comes with different ideas or layout or preference, but I hope this layout really speaks to you and you found it very functional but also flexible and minimal. So this is the Traveler's Notebook standard size. And now let me show you the A5 size. So A5 size look like this. In this one, I didn't really spend too much effort on it, but yeah, here is how I show you compared to this 2 journal, planner. So I just basically copy and paste the task, the goals over here, and the dots on the right. But unfortunately, can you see this Tomoe River paper is bleeding through very, very heavily. So that is the reason why for this year's planner, I decided to go with View Corona, just because Tomoe River paper, the Samsung paper, is still very inconsistent. So I really don't want you guys to risk it. That's why we went with for me, it is a better choice, better option. So yeah, so this is the quarter pages. Again, you can use it as your goal tracker, or you can use it as your vacation planner. And here is your mini Perpetual calendar, how they look in the A5. And then here is your monthly preview, the grid page on the left, and 1 line a day on the right. And here is your month on 2 pages. And I know some people said this, the lines looks very, very faded. I know I really noticed that as well. So I would definitely ask my manufacturer to print them darker. So the final product will definitely look darker than this one. And this is how the week on 2 pages look like. Here is just a random sun, means, here is your weather checker. And then again, you can use it as your exercise checker, reading journal, a payday, dentist appointment, appointment tracker, to do, or your social media tracker or video live at 8 a.m. So things like that. And here on the left, you can plan. And then on the right section over here, you could do meal plan, like breakfast is ham and egg sandwich, lunch is noodle, dinner is chicken salad. Or you can jot down things that you need to do personally, personal task, or you can jot down appointments and things like that. On the right is the same thing, but I show you something different than in the Traveler's Notebook, and that is the 4 grid boxes. Here is urgent, important, less important, and get rid of. But in the A5, I show you can use it as to buy, to clean, kids, package coming. Again, is you have these boxes, you put whatever title that you feel like to for this specific week. For the next week, you can use different headers to check different stuff, right? And then after the horizontal wig on 2 pages, it is the vertical wig on 2 pages. I really want to decorate it and plan with it, but I just don't have the time. So I grab the Hobonichi Cousin to show you how I will plan in the vertical, because they are exactly the same width. If you compare the width, they're both 1.3 inches, perfect for the Coffee Monster Co. stickers, full boxes stickers, our stickers, and even the sidebar is the same width. So yeah, this is how I will be planning in the vertical. Let me just do some flip. So here is one example. Am I in the frame? So sometimes, of course, I use a lot of stickers to decorate the page because I love stickers. And I just basically use an arrow to jot down my work to do and things like that. I usually don't care about the timeline. If I can stick with it, that would be great. If I cannot, that's okay. Unless I have a specific appointment that lands on a specific time. Otherwise, I really don't care about the timeline. But yeah, so the vertical pages will end up looking like this. And this is another page. And this is another page. I use stems. I use washi tape on the top to decorate it. And those are the bottom bars from my shop. I like to use them on the bottom. So that is that. I didn't really stick with this planner for too long. So that is how I'll be using in my vertical as well. And then after that, it goes back to the horizontal wig on 2 pages, and then vertical wig on 2 pages, and goes on and on and on until the end of the year. All the daily grid pages will be together, grouped together in the back. And for the A5, the total page number will be 232 pages. Perfect for daily planning, journaling, or collection. For the B6, there will be 79 pages in the back. So yeah, that is these 2 planners. Here are just some samples, and I just want to share with you how I'll be using these 2 planners in 2026. I will probably use the Traveler's Notebook as my on-the-go all-in-one planner, and then the A5 as my common planner. So yeah, they are available for sale right now. And I just can't wait to see what everybody picked up. I think right now the A5 size is winning, but a lot of people are going after the Traveler's Notebook as well. So let's see. Oh, I think the B6 is also catching up. But anyway, it's just so fun to see what everybody picked. So that is the wrap up. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this video is helpful for you to sort of brainstorm how you use your Chronicle planner in 2026. And leave a comment down below if you have any questions or concerns or anything. Again, thank you so much for your support on this pre-sale. I'm super grateful. I appreciate all your support. You are actually making my dream come true. So I cannot say thank you enough. Yeah, and join our Facebook group. I usually create a lot of posts in the Facebook group, and I like to check with you guys. Anyway, so that is today's video, and I will see you in my next video soon. Bye bye.